Today on Riff Spirits and Gear, we go over a quick tip using Fab Filters Pro Q3 EQ plugin. I'm always getting a lot of questions relating to mix tips, and especially with the release of my signature guitar amp plugin, a lot of people are asking me how to get guitars to really stay huge and to fit better with the other instruments, the drums and the bass, and how to get the bass to fit with the drums, etc., etc. How to get everything to play nicely. And I thought I would go over a cool little feature of Fab Filter Pro Q3 EQ, and it's one of my favorite tricks, and I love using it. I use it all of the time, and you may not know about it. And if you do, pass it on. But if you don't, stay tuned. So I have my mix here. This is the dragged under song, Real You, going into the chorus. I'm gonna play you the song for a second, and then we're gonna dive in to Fab Filter Pro Q3. That's the song. And I have an instance. I have several instances going of Fab Filter Pro Q3. I have one on the guitar bus, and this has a little bit the mid-range carved out, a little bit of the low mids carved out, no big deal. I have an instance of Pro Q3 on my bass guitar. I don't need it to be doing anything just yet, but I have it up. And then I also have it on my kick drum of my MIDI drums, my Get Good drums, okay? I also have an instance of it on my Noodle Guitars. These are it's the little melody thing. I'll play it for you real quick. So what is this cool little trick with Fab Filter Pro Q3? Well, if I want, for example, to have the relationship with the kick drum and the bass guitar to be nice, and if I want them to play nice, I need to know what frequencies are going to be clashing. So I'm going to bring up, let's say, the Q3 instance for the bass guitar. Now, I am not doing any EQ moves on this, but down in the analyzer, you will notice I can see every instance of Pro Q3. And what does that even mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and play the mix, and you're gonna see exactly what's happening. So what the analyzer is showing me under this menu is in red, those are the clashing, overlapping frequencies. So I can fine tune my bass guitar in this instance with my kick drum. So I'm gonna do that again, and I'm gonna carve out a little bit of those clashing frequencies and see how the bass guitar sits. Now, as the overlap decreases, the brightness of the red goes down, letting you visually know what the status is of all of those frequencies. Now that I have carved out some of the problem areas, to my ear, that bass is sitting much better with the kick. I can still hear the kick, and I can still hear the bass. Now I'm also gonna go ahead and make this EQ point dynamic, meaning it's dynamically reacting depending on the level of those frequencies. So it's not just a fixed notch, but it has to pass a certain threshold in order to react to it. Now, if we want to take this a step further, we can also get the guitars to fit in with everything else. Now I'm talking about the Noodle guitars. Now, right now, I don't have anything on the Noodle guitars as far as EQ goes. So I'm going to bring the Noodle guitar up. I'm going to unsolo everything. I'm going to play the song again, and I'm going to look to see what the problem areas are and see if I can get the Noodle guitars to fit a little bit better. Mission accomplished. This is a wonderful, wonderful tool to get multiple instruments to play nicely with each other. You notice with all of the notching I did on the melody guitars that it still didn't take away from the overall tone and vibe, but it took care of some of the pokiness and some of the unevenness that was occurring in the melodic guitars. This is a great tool that you can use for all sorts of things, proving once again that Fab Filter Pro Q3 is one of the best, if not the best EQ plug-in out there. And if you would like to pick up Fab Filter Pro Q3 for yourself, feel free to click the link down below. I will link to my peddler page where you can go and check it out and help me out while doing just the same. All the pickable links down below in the description. You've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Video's over. I hope it was good. I mean, if it wasn't good, I apologize. But if it was good, you're welcome.